Joanna Bernabei-McNamee is the coach of Boston College. She's been with us before. She's fabulous, and we are delighted to welcome her back to the Packer and Durham program. Okay, I'll do this before we get to the questions. Winners of 3 straight and 4 of their last 5. Pack, feeling the vibe, going to the tournament. Get Florida State tomorrow. At least you know who you play, right? You don't have to spend a busy day hassling with the scout, right? That's got to be a confident feeling, right?
Definitely. And we played them just 4 games ago, which is it wasn't a good game for us. So that hopefully we feel like we have something to prove. That's the goal.
But at the same time, winning 3 straight, 4 out of 5, getting a couple road wins along the way at Duke, at Syracuse, you got to feel a little bit of momentum going to this event, right?
Yeah, especially I think the last couple games we shot the ball really well. And in tournament time, you always say like you got to have your defense and your rebounding travel. But I think at the end of the day, the team that shoots the ball a little bit better than the other team is usually who wins. Sometimes basketball seems to be that simple.
Coach, it's been interesting for us to talk to players the last week or two. As far as I know, you worry about the next game exclusively. I get all that. But do you do a little sneak peek as far as the net? Do you do a sneak peek as far as, hey, are we in or are we out? Are we on the bubble? What do we have to do? I'm going to ask you that question. I know Florida State is the exclusive mindset for you and your team. But this one feels like it's more than just a game coming up. This one's got repercussions, big picture. At least feels that way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is wrong of me, but I feel like the last 5 have felt like that.
Right.
So every game is like, okay, we've got to get this one, or else, we may not have that, be able to achieve our end of the season goal. So every game has kind of been like that, but it is just looking at the next game. So, of course, I wish we were more in the clear, but I think right now, Florida State, we're looking at that. We know how much is at stake for what we have in the big picture for our, team goal, which is to make it to the NCAA tournament. But we also know we want to do great in the ACC tournament in one game at a time. So you're right. It's all we're thinking about, but there is a lot more at stake for this game.
And Coach, players are smart. I mean, kids know, all right? Kids, I mean, I know you can sit there and say, listen, it's all outside noise, yada, yada, yada. But, so do you have that open conversation with them, or is it just assumed that, hey, we know what the task is, let's go. If you want to waste time worrying about net, are we in, are we out, a bubble, up, down, in, out, whatever. So how do you handle that with the crew? Big picture.
We have smart players. And like you said, with social media and everything else that's out there, nothing is a secret. You're not keeping anything from them. So, when we watched film yesterday, that was the first thing we said was, hey, everybody lock in. This is an important game. We all know what's at stake. Let's, really hone in on our strengths and watch this film, because we have to go on this business trip with one thing in mind, and that's to get the next win. Not just because it's the ACC, but you look at every game like that. But I think it adds more excitement to the game for both teams, because it's very important for them as well.
I want to put program in perspective here a little bit while we're talking about now. I mean, look, you won 10 games in the ACC. I mean, you've done this job now. I mean, far cry from a couple of years ago now, right? I mean, you've put this thing together and got it in motion where you guys have got to feel good about where this program is. Bigger picture here, phenomenal what the work you've done in the ACC.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I have this crazy great staff that works their butt off every day. And most importantly, I have these players that love each other. They've been here. We have a group of 5 seniors that have been here together 4 years, and everybody's stuck to it. With in this day and age of transferring and people leaving and going here and there, I'm just so proud of this group for sticking together and helping us build a culture at Boston College that is a culture that I think is now going to be here to stay. We say great players graduate, move on, but culture stays. And that's something that these 5 players are leaving a legacy of Boston College that I know they can be really proud of.
Coach, last year we saw Jen Hoover at Wake have that dream of, hey, you know what? I played in this NCAA tournament. I want to get my program there. And they made it. And I still remember selection day that when Wake's name was called, just that euphoric feeling that, hey, we did it. We made the tournament. for you folks, 2006, the last time you're in the NCAA tournament. I know Florida State, like I said, is the sole purpose, and that's the only thing you're worried about. But I know you close your eyes at night and say, you know what, we're going to get there. And when we do, I mean, what a feeling, right? I mean, 2006 was a long time ago since BC was last in this tournament. Big picture.
Yeah, and I think when you have, honestly, the players that we have that really care about each other, that have worked, that are very selfless, you just want it so bad for them. And I think anybody that's a part of our program and knows our players, they feel the same way. They know how much blood, sweat, and tears they've put into the Boston College program and know how hard our staff works at preparing them. And, you know, I definitely, even you just talking about it right there, my heart kind of flutters because I want it for them so bad. I want it for myself, of course, but they're the big reason why, you know, we work hard, just to see them accomplish what they've put their mind to and what we talked about, you know, when they were just baby freshmen 4 years ago. This is where we want to be.
All right, so Cam Schwartz, Taylor Soule, those were the brand names we knew at the beginning of the year, right? Those are the players that if you knew you were going to have this kind of year, they were going to have to lead you. Maria Gakdang, we did not know. And now she's had a phenomenal campaign for you. What has caught your eye? Is anything about her game surprised you in this campaign?
I think her ability to be consistent has surprised me. I knew, and we knew when we were working with her throughout the summer and in the preseason, that she was going to be something special. I think I've had many meetings with her where I said I think she could be one of the most talented players to ever graduate and put on a Boston College uniform. With that being said, I am so proud of her with how consistent she has made her game throughout the course of this year, because that is not easy to do as a freshman, especially when it's the first time you've had college classes thrown at you, a schedule, you're on your own. There's just so many factors that go into being a freshman that are very much like burning your candle at both ends. And she has taken everything in stride, and she's an unbelievable person. And she makes time on the daily to get in the gym and put in a little extra work. And I think that shows with the way her footwork has improved. You know, when we were at Syracuse in their practice facility, they had one of those things on the wall that measures your wingspan. And we were pretty impressed. She has a 6'7" wingspan. So that's pretty unbelievable. Well, I think mine was like 5'3".
We just ran her regular season numbers, and I want to point out that her in-conference numbers are better than her regular season numbers. I mean, she's averaging 9 and about 8 a game against the league. I mean, her numbers in the regular season, maybe there was an adjustment period, and I know you play more non-conference at the front than league, but good heavens, it just seems to be layering for her. Every time I see a number, it's double-double or close, and she's impacting the game. And you put her with Taylor and Cam, and I know Michaela Dickens has played well and things like that, but it just looks like that this was, I don't want to say missing piece, Joanna, because I want to be respectful of the job you've done, but this singular player has done a lot to help your program, and I think it's kind of made your team a threat here.
No, I agree. And I think when you look at the amazing centers that are in our conference that she has to go up night in and night out against and who she has to defend, between what she does on the defensive end and then what we ask her to do on the offensive end. I mean, she's a big cog in what we do. She's, you know, we always say our point guard and our center really run our offense for us. And as a freshman, that's hard to do. And she's really been consistent and great and steady, and someone that the team can count on. And I think you saying she's the missing piece, there is probably a player on our team that wouldn't 100% agree.
Coach, yesterday when we made the announcement of the first team, second team, and so forth, it really became very apparent that in the league, I don't remember it ever being as deep, not only with quality teams, but players. I mean, all of a sudden we got to the second team, you're like, wow, they're not on the first team. The league is stupid good.
I said the same thing.
Right? I mean, I'm sure. I mean, you got to live it. You got a front row seat. But, I mean, it's going to only make what happens in Greensboro this week that much more intriguing because, I mean, there really isn't an easy one here. I mean, this is every night you go to play, man, the other team's got some stars. I don't think I've ever seen ACC women's basketball as good as far as quality players, teams, and coaches as we've got right now. So what you've accomplished makes it even that much more impressive, to be honest with you. There's no easy ones here. No,
I agree. And we said it too, that the teams are all so talented. And I said it yesterday and I mean it. If I was picking a team and I had everybody to choose from in our conference or even across the country, there's no way I'm not taking Cam and T-Sol on my team. And, again, Taylor Sol has to guard the other team's best player every night as well. So she has the highest motor, I think, of any college player right now, in my opinion.
All right, so you're in Greensboro. You're staying downtown. They're in the Gate City. You can do some things, but I know you well enough to know you've been on this show. You like competitive little things that go on today, so you'll go get a little workout in at some point, and there'll be a practice session. There'll be some competitive stuff there, but I know there's a cornhole board somewhere in that hotel.
Geez, I wish. I'm going to have to look. If you guys know any place that has one, we actually taught, we played some euchre last night, though, so that was fun. I taught a couple people how to play euchre on the staff, so that was good.
All right, give us the
You guys don't know anything about that game.
I don't know. I've never
what
heard
is that? Is that a card game?
That's like the Midwest version of spades.
Oh.
Card game.
So not only is she cornhole proficient, she's a swindler with cards, too, we're finding out.
Yeah, we're finding out that got to bring our A game when the card game starts.
Yeah, apparently.
This McNamee cat now, let me tell you what, you can't trust her anywhere, man. Cornhole's one thing because you got a cold beverage in one hand, and now we're going with cards. Yeah. Oh, watch out.
Okay.
Watch out.
All right.
Watch out. By the way, here's something we do need to find out from you, though. You've been asking the coaches this question.
Yeah.
Coach, what's your walk-up music? What for you personally? What's your go-to walk-up music? Whether it be game day or you're going to go swindle somebody on the card table.
Oh man, they were actually making fun of me last night because my music is so. They were all saying I was putting them to sleep. My music is very. I don't even know that I have a genre. It's like the Lumineers and Mumford and Sons, and very the Avett Brothers in your area. That's kind of your area.
Yeah, Avett Brothers.
Group.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't even know what genre that is, but it's kind of sleepy but mellow, kind of puts you in the right mood to play some cards, throw some cornhole.
Yeah.
All right.
Walk out and win a game.
Can we tell you what Wes Moore's is? Are you kind of interested just off the top?
Yes, I want to know what Wes's is.
Beyonce's Drunk in Love.
That's good.
I was so disappointed, though. I was so disappointed. I was hoping for Texas Swing. I was hoping for, Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys or
old George
Strait, and I got Beyonce.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how crushed I was.
Whenever we're a little bit running behind with the music in practice, I always say, hey, if someone doesn't start playing something, I'm going to play my playlist, and that gets everybody moving. My playlist never makes the cut.
Well, listen, good luck. Hope to see you Friday.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you do too.
All right. Yeah.